Hey guys, we are back with another YouTube video. It's a Sunday. You all know that on Sunday I do my weekly forecast where I check on all the pairs that are in my watch list, which are EURUSD, GBPUSD, gold, NAS 100, US30, and Bitcoin. So without wasting any time, let's jump into the charts. We'll start with EURUSD. As usual, we start with the higher time frame and break it down all to the smaller time frame. So let's start with, we always begin with our weekly time frame. What's happening on weekly? On weekly, the overall range that we look at is bearish. This being the high, created the low here, created the low here, then it gave a retracement. So we expect the market to further push down to create a new lower low. So, okay, we are bearish on weekly. We are still bearish on weekly. And let's jump into the daily range. Let's jump into a daily range and check what's going on there. Check what's going on there. Daily, we have a bearish break. All along we were bullish on daily, this being the low, high, low, high, low, high, and a break of structure here. So since we are bearish on weekly, what are we waiting for? We are waiting for price to retrace, take all this liquidity, then continue going down. Okay. So let's jump into, we are bearish on daily. Our daily range is bearish. Let's jump into H4. The H4 range. Okay. And this is what we call a complex structure. So a complex structure is when we have a lot of noise inside our range, because this is the range high, this is the range low. We've just created a low. So there are many things that I'm looking at. The price might actually come to the discount area, or overall the daily supply. This is the daily supply inside a 4-hour range. So it might come all the way to the daily supply. Then from there, we're gonna look for sales. We can see that the market has built up some liquidity. Trend line, this could be trend line liquidity. So, you know, when I see a trend line like this, we might expect price to fall from here, which this can be a liquidity pool, because also here we have what? If you can see, this is an obvious order block. So this might be liquidity pool. Price might come all the way down here and continue going down, like on 4-hour range. So looking at 4-hour range. So we know that 4-hour range is bearish, not yet created a high. So we have, there are certain liquidity that we look at. There are certain liquidity that we look at, like currently at this point, we are looking at, this is liquidity, H4 liquidity. Also, price might do something like this, take this liquidity and continue going down. You understand? So we are still very much bearish here. We are still very much bearish looking at H4 range. So we've established a new low. So on smaller time frame, I'm gonna counter buy this trend. You know, I'm gonna like be counter buying this trend because we've just established a new low. Okay. Let's go back to 1 hour range. What's happening on 1 hour range? Okay, it's happening on 1 hour range. Okay, still loading. So this is what happened last week. Last week we had a range. Remember, guys, we had a range. You see, it did play out. Remember, we were counter buying here. Then this one did play out. It's fine. It's fine. We had a new range from this high to this low. However, on its way up, the market did something like created a low here when it broke this structure here. All right. So we were looking to sell. However, we had another daily range, like 15 minutes range, which was from here. Then the market created a low here, somewhere here, because this way took liquidity. Then created a high here, created a low here, then created a high here. This was when now we were mitigating this low. And look at what price did. Took all these lows that it created here and broke structure. So now my daily range is no longer from this high to this low. My daily range is from this low to this high. So what I'm expecting, like if it's gonna go up, I'm expecting something like this. Understand? I'm expecting something like this. If this low, if this 1 hour range is to hold. If this 1 hour range is to hold, let's check 15 minutes range. So 15 minutes range is also from this low. So 15 minutes range are currently sharing a low with each one. So on 15 minutes, this week I might have something maybe like this. Also maybe like a buy. So on 15 minutes this week, I'll be looking for a buy. Short term since the higher time frame structure is bearish. So we are going to be looking for a sell, maybe using this order block or something below here. Let's just see something. Okay. Balance here, balance here. Okay, we will see. We will see what's going to happen. However, I am looking for a buy. I am definitely looking for a buy, and this is my first target. The H4 the H4 inducement liquidity is my first target. So once I get a retracement, I'll be buying targeting H4. Let's jump into GU. GU we start with weekly time frame. What's going on weekly? On weekly time frame, we are also on a bearish trend from this high to this low, a retracement. I expect price to drop now. Okay, I know that I'm in a downward trend on higher time frame. So when I'm buying on smaller time frame, I'm not buying long term. So on smaller time frame, on daily, I can sell here, target here. However, on H4, I cannot buy and target high because the weekly for me is bearish for me using my method. Okay, let's jump into the daily range. The daily range for us is still bearish. Let me just remove this line. The daily range is still bearish. It was bullish from this low, high, low, high, low, high, and a break of structure right here. So now we are bearish. So meaning that this supply here might hold. This supply here might hold since we have broken structure here. So now we have a new range. So liquidity for this range, for daily range, is H4 obviously. So I'm just, if I'm selling on H4 on daily, I need this to be taken out, then a continuation, So this is where I'll start looking for sell. This is my H4 supply. The last to mitigate, then drop. So this supply here is not is unmitigated. Is an unmitigated supply. This buy to sell is an unmitigated supply. So we have a range H4. We have a range high. We have a range high over there. So this is one of those complex structures where we have a lot of noise inside the range, where we have a lot of noise inside the range. So as you can see, the low was here, got manipulated, then that became a low. Now this is the previous low. Yeah. So now we're waiting for price to retrace back, maybe up until these areas. Then from there, we're gonna start looking for a sell from there, or you can just use a discount and premium. So once after this has been once price taps the premium zone of this range, you can start looking for a sell. Start looking for a sell. So let's jump into H1 range. H1 range. H1 range is from. So last week I had a sell that was taken out here. Oh yeah. So we were selling here because of this range from this high to this low. Then price came here, gave us a confirmation. It sold a little bit, then it was taken out. Then I stopped trading for the week. So, however, I was continue marking the the inner structure. This was 15 minutes range. The 15 minutes range was here. So here we couldn't get another sell because I wanted to resell. However, it never gave a confirmation. Actually, it gave a confirmation here. However, it was like NFP. So once it gave this confirmation, it quickly fell down. I thought it was gonna take this low for sure because I was just watching. So it did this and gave this now. So now, since it took all this internal liquidity and broke the structure, my H1 range is no longer from this high to this low. It's from this low to this. It has not created a new high yet. However, this is where I expect price to create maybe higher highs like this. High, low, until this area. I don't know how it's gonna get there. This is just a prediction, eh? It's not gonna exactly do this. It might just go straight there, you know, go straight there without giving us an entry. However, we have smaller time frame range also. So let's jump into 15 minutes range. So on 15 minutes, we have a strong low. So we have not created a weak high yet. So what we're waiting for the price to do is for it to take out this high, maybe give us a retracement, then probably give us a buy. You understand? So we will be watching for a buy for like Monday, probably Monday or Tuesday. I don't know when the trade will happen. However, I am aiming for a buy now. On 15 minutes, buy. On H1, I'm looking for a buy. Let's jump into gold, gold. Let's start with weekly. Also gonna be starting with weekly. What a rejection. It wants to give us a rejection. So what's happening on weekly? On weekly, we have what we call a range. Got confirm here, this is the range low, this is the range high. So what are we expecting price to do? Create a low, probably something like this, and we go up. We don't know where it might give us the entry. However, let me just check something before, guys. Let me just check something. Let me start on 6 months. Okay, we have filled the imbalance on 6 months. Let me check something here. I'm not ready to give like a buy yet. However, if price does something like this or something like this, then it comes back down, then I'll definitely be looking for a buy. I'll be definitely looking for a buy. However, for now, I'm just gonna continue with smaller time frame, daily structure point of view. For me, weekly is not, didn't give me a setup yet. There's no setup for me to look for a buy yet. So I'll just focus on daily range. So what's the daily range? The daily range is from this high here, that took all the liquidity and broken structure here. So however, we were looking for a buy, but it didn't last long, continue going down, it's fine. So now we have a new range from this high to this low. If this is to confirm a low, it needs to do something like this, then we're gonna look for a sell. Then let's jump into H4 range. H4 range is from, this is the high for H4 and this is the low. It has not created a low yet. It has not created a low yet since, because we are waiting for something on smaller time frame to confirm before we say this is an H4 range low. So not yet. So where is the liquidity for H4? Liquidity for H4 is right here. So we'll wait for something like this to happen. Let's jump into 1 hour range. This is my current range. So what am I anticipating in this range? Okay, let's start on weekly. I just want to check something on higher time frame. Imbalance here. Still the imbalance here. However, we have this imbalance. So price can just take this week, then drop. You understand? However, this would be a good POI to sell from. You understand? This from here will be a good POI to sell from. Let's check H4. So H4, you see the price here has left in the only insufficient that I'm looking for, that I see here, is this one. This is the only place where there's no sufficient. Even here, even here, there's insufficient, small insufficient here. However, here the market was sufficient all the way down here. So this one is a bit tricky. If I were to sell, it's a bit tricky. However, I am looking for a sell. So what will I do? For safety, I'll do this, number one. So I'll wait for price to tap into the 50%. That's number one. So number two, I'll check where is my liquidity. Understand? I can see this like relatively equal highs. This is my liquidity. You understand? So once the liquidity has been taken out, the price can drop without the mitigation. You understand? Especially when there's like sufficient price action like this here. So, but on higher time frame is insufficient though. On higher time frame is insufficient. From here to here, there's insufficiency, but on smaller time frame is sufficient. So prices might just take this liquidity and drop. You understand? So there's a possibility there. So in order to catch, it from here, what I will wait for is for a smaller time frame to obviously confirm my theory. You understand? It's for a smaller time frame to actually confirm if I'm right or wrong. So looking at 15 minutes range, I have a range from here to here. So even though I'm looking for a sell on higher time frame, I'm still gonna look for a buy here. Counter. If I get a signal for a sell on higher time frame, I'm gonna counter trade it. Like I'm gonna, what do they call it? Hedge it. I'm gonna hedge that buy. I'm gonna hedge the sell with this range. So this one definitely definitely on the lookout for H1 to just drop, to just fall. Yeah, I'm waiting for H1 to just fall. We'll see. We'll see. Let's jump into Nasdaq. Nasdaq. So we're gonna start with weekly. We have a range that is continuing. Okay. Nasdaq, we have a range. So we have something like this. Have a low, a high, a retracement, and a possible continuation. So we want the price to take out that high currently. Okay, this is what I saw. This is what I saw when I went to daily. When I went to daily range, I haven't bought yet, but I'm fishing out a buy. Even though on smaller time frame it was on a downtrend, I was looking for a sell on a smaller time frame. However, on a daily, we have a range low. I think I did say good after taking this low. If you watched last week, after taking this low, prices might start to push up. You understand? Because of this, they just came to fill the imbalance here. They just came to fill the imbalance. If you can check, there's an imbalance. They build liquidity above the imbalance, take the liquidity and go. So this is what I thought might happen. So this was the range low. So liquidity was built here. So there was no need, if liquidity is built here, there's no need for me to look for entries around here. I must look for something that is closest to the liquidity. The closest thing to this liquidity was this imbalance, because here, what happened was price, see, it's bullish, mitigation of this support, of this demand, mitigation of this demand, mitigation of this demand, mitigation of this demand. See, mitigation of this demand. I think this one left an imbalance. There's an imbalance here. Even this one, there's an imbalance here. However, from here, there's a mitigation of this demand, you see? Mitigation of this demand. Then an imbalance here. So clearly the market was coming to imbalance here because it was imbalance, except for here, there's an imbalance, and even here, there's an imbalance, even here. However, the liquidity was built here, so it just filled the imbalance, then it's starting to go. If it's to go higher, because we don't know. Maybe it might turn from this range. So since I have this now, I'm going to look for a long-term buy. You understand? On smaller time frame, if I get a range, maybe from here to come to you see this again, this demand here. If I see to come to this demand, I'll look for a buy long term like this. Understand? So, and in this case, I can even target this. You understand? Since this is weekly, what is internal to daily? What is internal to weekly is daily, right? So if price internal structure is like this, right? If this is your weekly structure, we expect daily to be like something like this, right? So if I get a buy here on daily, I can target the weekly high. And if it comes back again here, in this case, like here, I can also buy here and target the external of weekly, since daily is internal to weekly. Since daily is internal to weekly, it's fine. So I see all the confirmation that I need for me to start buying this. So I'm gonna buy and I'm gonna target high first, but I will also target this high. So we'll see next week how it goes. So we have a new range, H4 range. Let's jump into H4. H4, we had a range from here to here. However, you see on smaller time frame, I said I'll be like buying like this. Okay? I'll be definitely buying like this. However, we have a range now, H4 from here to here, liquidity got built here. So if H4 gives me enough reasons, let's say it gives me a QM here, I'm gonna look for a sell because of this range. From this high to this low, I'm gonna sell. And we have an imbalance here. So you might come to feel this imbalance here, then sell. Then I'm gonna look for a sell. Then I'm gonna definitely look for a sell. Or we might just come all the way up here to take all this liquidity, then drop. Understand? So I am fishing out for a sell, but let me check something first. Yeah, I am definitely gonna be looking for a sell. For a sell around, maybe if they come and fill this imbalance here. Sorry. If they come and fill this imbalance here, I'll start fishing out for a sell. However, on smaller time frame like H1, we have a bullish range. We have a bullish range from this low to that high. This is the range that I'm waiting for a long-term buy. That daily demand, if it's holding, here on H1, I have this range from here to here. Then I'll wait for liquidity to get built up. Then I'll buy long-term. This one I can hold for a long term, since it's, you see, it's coming from daily demand. And I have enough reasons to look for a buy for now. I have enough reasons to look for a buy on higher time frame. So we have that range, and we have a 15 minutes range that is sharing same same low as H1. 15 minutes range sharing the same low as H1. So I'll be definitely looking for a buys here. So on Friday, I had a range from here to here. Liquidity got built up, tap. I couldn't find the entry here because it happened too fast. It was during NFP. It happened too fast. However, I did look out for something like, wait, yeah, here. See here, I had a self-stop that was taken out. Yeah, I got taken out here for sure. I got taken out. It's good. It's fine. So we have another range from this low. We have not created a high. We will see. We'll see. Okay, let's start with, let's go to US30. US30 USDT weekly. So USDT weekly, we are in the same position as the Nasdaq. We have a strong low here, a weak high here, retracement, and we expect price to take out that high. Let's jump into daily range. Daily range, we have what's going on? Yeah, we have a low here, we have a high here, liquidity here, and we'll be looking for a buy soon. We'll be looking for a buy soon, just not yet. Let me see something. This is daily. Let me just see weekly. Okay. Let me see something here. Okay. Okay, we have an imbalance. Okay, yeah, I am looking for a buy. I am looking for a buy. However, I'm gonna counter this buy with a sell, obviously here, because I have an H4 range from that high here to this low here. Then we have liquidity here. You understand? So what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for price to check out this high, then we continue going down. Understand? And if it gives me enough reason, I'll start selling from here. However, I'm not selling from this. I'm not gonna sell from this. I'm not gonna sell from this. After this high gets taken out, then we jump into H4, H1 range. We have oh yeah, we have H1 range. This is the low, and we have not created a high yet. However, I see this. Okay, this is the 15 minutes high. So on 15 minutes, we might get a high, 15 minutes range. 15 minutes range is, we have a low. We have not created a high yet. So what I'm expecting, maybe price might do something like this. However, I'm just waiting for a retracement so I can buy. I'm waiting for a retracement so I can buy. So let's jump into Bitcoin. So this one is just crazy. It was just crazy. It was just a crazy week. It's just a crazy week. However, we just execute. So we have a range low here, a range high, retracement. We might be going up. So let's jump into daily range. Daily range. Daily range is from this low to this high, a retracement and a possible continuation. We don't know. We don't know if it's just gonna continue all the way up or it might give us something else. However, H4 range is also bullish. 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 However, let's just check because I use FXCM for for Bitcoin. However, I know here it has already moved because on my MT5 is counting. That is the price. It's definitely moving. If you can see, okay, okay, that buy is right somewhere here. The buy that is here, somewhere here. This was the stop loss below here. Target was this high here. So you can see that the price already went up because this one is moving, even though it's a Sunday, it's moving. So I think I have to change this one to this one. However, if you can directly check the H4 candle for this broker and the broker I'm using are different. Understand? So with this broker, you see there's a blue candle. This one, there's no blue candle, it's just a black candle. So the 4-hour candles are not the same. The reason I like XM because they are not too different from the broker that I'm using. You understand? That's the reason I use XM, FXCM. Yeah, FXCM. The reason I'm using FXCM is because the candles are more likely the same. The reason that candles differ, you'll find with it, they have different servers. You'll find that FXCM, XM Global or Veracity or JP Market or whatever, you'll find with it they have different 4-hour candles because they use different servers. You know, some servers start at 11, some at 12, some at 2, some yeah. Yeah, they differ. They differ. If you can check, this is Bitcoin H4, right? And this is XM. If we go to Binance or something, yeah, Binance, you'll find that they are different. You see, like here, remember here, this is a bearish 4-hour candle that came all the way here, then we went up. But here it's just a spike. So just be aware of those things. You understand? Just be aware of those things. So we have this trade that is running. It's currently at this area somewhere here. I don't know. However, H4 is bullish. H4 is here, 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 and probably we don't know if this is a high. However, if this price that is here decides to take this equal lows, I'll be looking for a buy again based on what? Based on H4. Based on H4. Check this H4 range. Based on H4. Based on H4. Based on H4. So because this is based on 15 minutes, it's not based on H4, this buy here. So what's the current H1 range? So H1 range, because of the of the Friday news, I have a new range that is from here. And if you pay attention to H1, you see, pay attention to H1, you see that the price has already, like on another broker, it has already taken this high and now it's on a retracement on H1. So I am looking for something like this on H1 to buy. So let me just copy this. I'll paste it on another chart. Let's just go to Binance. Aha. So it's right here. Paste. Something like there. Oh, it's here. So the price was right here. So I was waiting for something like to take out that high and maybe gave an inducement right here. So the inducement was right here. So below this now, all I wait for is something like a break of structure to buy. Buy price has not given us a buy. However, if it breaks here, because I have certain things that I follow, if it breaks, if it gives us a break here, something like a break here, I'll be more likely to look for a buy here. This might be the liquidity on a smaller time frame. So I'm more likely to buy this. You understand? I'm more likely to buy this. However, I'll wait for my setup to play out. I'll just wait for my setup to play out. So on smaller time frame, 15 minutes, that means I have a range now. What's my range on 15 minutes? My range is from this high to this low. To this low. What am I waiting for? On 15 minutes, I can wait for this range to be taken out, this liquidity to be taken out, and look for a sell on this range, based on this range. Then on higher time frame, I'll counter by this range. You understand? So since this is from here to here is H1, from here to here is 15 minutes. So I'll just look for a counter trade, sell, and look for a buy at the same time, and look for a buy at the same time. So yeah, we will see. We'll see what's gonna happen. That's it for this week, guys. If you like my content, you can like this video, you can share it with friends, and I'll see you with another video next week. Thank you.